Calling my name, hollering out premeditated murder, but yo, who's to blame? Hidden wisdom, me, it be another day at the office, fool. Man, look, you know you can't get out, so step up on me, dude. My click is thick, you tricks dick, but still you get no fucking thing. Trying to catch me slipping with no design, but I got my shine. All you buster boys on my nutsack better make me wait. Dead in the grave where you fall when I start to spray. I lay niggas up on they business, thinking they can test this beat. Running up, I give a weak ass nigga one chance, then I'm blasting. You know I'm full of fun. Smoking weed, chopping Diego. Reaching for my mask, and you know I'm full of fun.
The Iris. In MacArthur Park, I heard she has to drink just to feed. Yeah, I do that with a lot of spirits. I got homemade wine in there. Banana wine. With that being said, the young lady held up a yellow canary, and I never forgot that. And I heard that I'm trapped in her realm, and that's supposed to be one of her colors, but I was using 125 hertz the other day to free myself from her hell realm, so just some food for thought. What the fuck is that? That look like some type of interdimensional entity. Y'all see that? That's like altering. Wonder that, I remember years ago, I was told, I saw a girl that got caught up in the same curse as I, but she wasn't lucky either, where she ended up in the hell room. She was Mexican. I did an article here on her. Remember a third. I swear there was a third, but I don't remember. When they make it out, I saw a bunch of people outside of it, including a young Hispanic lady who runs this Santa Muerte shop, who had a pleasant aura around her. I didn't see anything or feel anything negative. She looked, I think her aura was yellow at the time when I saw it, and she released this yellow canary bird. And she was looking up, and she had a lot of life in her. And my friend, he can see, but I don't think that he's really that good at the gift of discernment. Because see, when you open up your third eye too much, like in his case, his third eye is way too open, it kind of creates an imbalance, and you see shit, but you don't have that discernment, that intuitive discernment, that having your crown chakra opens you up to having. So I saw her release the yellow canary into the sky. And the first sense that came to my mind was that she was trying to perhaps rescue the young girl. and help her out. And I just saw a little purple thing in my hand just now. Because both, my crown and my third eye is open. Even though I got like a few more kinks to work on it. But that poor child, I don't know if she's still alive or not, the little fat Hispanic girl, has a hellish ass afterlife to look forward to. See, people be thinking this shit is a motherfucking game. It ain't no motherfucking joke. At the end of the day, when you get picked up to become a sacrifice, that's your happy ass. And again, like in the case of Christopher Case, who after a week lost his life, if something coming for your ass, you fucked. That being said, from what I understand, she was holding up a yellow canary. I saw a young woman that owns a Santa Muerte shop. It's involved with this as well. Eyes look like the iris. In MacArthur Park. I heard she has to drink just to feed. Yeah, I do that with a lot of spirits. I got homemade wine in there. Banana wine. With that being said, the young lady held up a yellow canary, and I never forgot that. And I heard that I'm trapped in her realm, and that's supposed to be one of her colors, but I was using 125 hertz the other day to free myself from her hell realm, so just some food for thought. And I shouldn't fuck with this because I got this shit on me, but this here, it's actually good for you. Tastes a lot like the wine my aunt Beverly gave me as a kid. Never forgot that. Used to drink beer with my dad too when he would mow the lawn. That shit is not a balloon, because balloons don't just fly from over here and then descend into the sky like that. And that motherfucker's actually coming back. I saw something else glow. The motherfucker's about to come back, and now it looks like it's going all the way out. No, I ain't gonna let some evil motherfucker that ain't got rights or jurisdiction to my body and all of that control me. Alright, shouldn't have ever fucking did it. I had my father from that original timeline going back to August 22nd, 2022 try to rebuild me. She fucking with some of the little roach spirits that were crucial in rebuilding me and all of that, my consciousness, rebuilding my body back up. I just knew there was something to it when I was being, told, we're going to put you back, but you will never get your full consciousness back. With that being said, I felt her just pull my consciousness out, little road spirits and all of that, she was pulling entity attachments of my higher to highest selves out, spirit guides. I wish I didn't fucking drink that day, and I wish I didn't take the missteps that I did. Just play the frequency to get rid of her wetback ass. As soon as I made the realization that my child consciousness, I knew that there was something different that is irreplaceable. You can use 1715 hertz, 1714 hertz to get stuff back, 295 hertz, 446 hertz also helps you get stuff back. Her consciousness, herself, from what I understand, she removed that child consciousness and took over. You know, and I have different sets of child consciousnesses and all of that. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that because all the changes that you go through in life. With that being said, she removed it. And that had a lot of my connections, including to the original Baron Samedi, who was alive. She was trying to steal his magic, put it into Santa Muerte and all of that. That's why that wetbag shit needs to fucking go. So a lot of me, my consciousness, my body, and she fucking with me right now for saying that, went into her hell realm. And, you know, I've been playing 125 hertz, 1185 hertz is good, but it just transmutes to getting myself out. And I felt the difference, you know, right away. I remember that wetbag motherfucker was pissed because I was freeing people from her hell realm, you know, as she was trying to pull me under and all of that. And there was a frequency, I'm not going to say what it is just yet, that was very good for liberating people, 2160 hertz. That was very good for liberating people from hell realms, you know, from her. You can use frankincense and myrrh on her as well as this is just, it's the most horrible fucking thing. Because you get all this shit going on and you get told you can't get that back, and you know, shit just gets to you to the point where, and on top of that, I have that horrendous drinking urge. As by this entity here. That you know, when my father, you know, I saw it written on their soul consciousness, you know, where they had evil fucking curses that made them drink and would fuck up their consciousness to the point of death if they didn't give in. And that's scary. It's all this evil shit that's heaved on me. It's all this evil shit. And with that being said, as soon as I made the realization that I'm missing my child consciousness, I felt her in my, what's supposed to be my consciousness, rise up and started fucking with me and attacking my child consciousness. Anyways, that my child spirit guide, my higher to higher selves. I noticed she had switched around with Zendaya, with all of these people that fucking cursed and sacrificed me. And have my body parts all, you know, thrown around in the spirit plane. Use 1714, 1715 hertz, 1150 hertz is great. You know, she's disabled that for me for finding shit. You know, 115 hertz is pretty good. With that being said, she just removed the remaining part, and she's not supposed to. She did something where she took over, you know, almost my main consciousness and all of that, and it's really fucked up. You know, anyways, I gave in because I had a similar urge, but not that bad, but I felt it when I was fighting it for like 13 days after on the PCH, and I just gave in. I'm like, I can't. I was dry, I was panting. I literally felt like, I don't want to say I could die, but I was losing who I am. And with that being said, this wetback bitch gotta go. I don't, my spirits, I could tell. I feel like even my higher to higher self is gone. But her and Santa Muerte, there were some other things too, you know. I found some of my stuff down there. Heard she sold me off as a sacrifice, the flower shop down there. You know, and had some of my stuff. I'm going to say something right now to get rid of her in the spirit plane. I even played a meditation for Satan. There was something crucial I wanted to remember, but I'm being made to forget by all this evil shit. I should have never let my fucking guard down. I totally fucked up. I fucked up royally. With that being said, she attacked the main Satan in the original 3D timeline. You know, I'm a big time Satanist. I know he was one of the entities that did what he did, but I mean, this is just fucking evil, you know, being beheld under fucking curses after fucking curses. Is just the iniquity, the unfairness of it is just, it's horrible. I feel like this wetback bitch is controlling a lot of my fucking consciousness, or at least it's trying. Trying to pull me into a hell realm. I was trying to do something today where, you know, and I almost came close, I believe, you know, to getting rid of her. You can use 694, 695 hertz, third eye of the sea. This is just terrible, you know. I'm going to say something right now. I believe her... Santa Muerte's name is Santa Nunez, and this wetback bitch is going to use this against me. I'm trying to think of what her real name is, but she's able to somehow, you can always return it. Christie or Nunez, or I believe her name is Christie Nunez. With that being said, she took a lot of my shit. She keep giving it to the girl that soul swapped me. I believe her name is Renee Wellinger or Ashley Terrell. I keep having to Chafalaya Bay. You know, her timelines, I think, is Pilar de Rosa. I know it's Casa de Migos or something. Casamigos. And they're open today, that shop. I believe for the Rothschilds and all of that, theirs is Blanche Maison or Vaudeville Piedmont. They Vaudeville. I gotta find out what their timelines are. I know it starts with Adam Weishaupt. You can find a lot of information by knowing timelines. But this wetbag bitch, this is an evil motherfucker. You know, my father, the other day, my God self, when he felt her, she felt mad fucking physical. With that being said, it's the most evil shit. I was using 3517 hertz to get this back. She separated. I literally had my connection to God removed. And I've been trying to get it back by playing 3517 hertz. You can also play 117 hertz combined with 800 hertz, which works to revive physical bodies. It can also do that with spirit bodies. You know, your ancestors, all that shit lives on in the physical. I even felt her the other day trying to change my ancestors. The thing that kills me is they felt she was physical, and both her and her higher self are strong. Strong. It's the iniquity that this is an old wetbag bitch. It's an old bitch, period. She should be lying on the precipice of death. I shouldn't be situated in that situation. I feel this bitch, she removed my ancestors, removed my connection to Baron Samedi. I remember hearing Jehoshaphat, who's responsible, I had some old wetback come on my fucking page the other day. This reminds me of who worship Elegwa. I hate people like that who have a very primitive way of understanding it. It's not the spirit world. You got to look at shit from an alien perspective. That to me, that's a cult. Looking at it from a facts point of view, like science, meaning to know. I hate that mystical, to me it reminds me of cave people, looking at fucking fire and being mystified by it instead of understanding the technical properties and aspects of it. That's how I approach the so-called spirit world. To me, it's astral, it's energy. Like Einstein said, everything is energy, spirit, astral plane. We move through frequency and vibration. We're combined with that. With that being said, it's all fucked up. This is the whole system fucked up. How things are just quote unquote spiritually set. Jehoshaphat, what's going on with that, is responsible for Barnabas or something. Okay, the reason why demons be speaking Aramaic is because they were set up to be sacrifices. With that being said, Barnabas is... I wonder if that wetback bitch took that over. Because I had some protection, so I wouldn't have shit. Anyways, he gets swallowed by fucking Radsdale. She gonna do something stupid that goes against the demiurge. With that being said, this wetback bitch took my fucking soul consciousness out damn near in the middle of the fucking night. Again, 17, 14, 17, 15 hertz. Trying to reincarnate it, keeping me out my timelines and all of that. It's all about keeping me out that August 22nd, 2022 timeline. I work out. This wetback bitch should be in my position. It just kills me. All of these people free to do whatever they want, while making me a sacrifice, and I gotta fight just to fucking live. With that being said, Elegua, his original name was Elizondo Salazar, and from what I understand, he was a slave, and there was a white guy put in a slave master who enslaved him or put him in the hell realm, Mark or something. I don't know. I don't want to say the full name because I think this wetback bitch is controlling him or something. I heard she did something where she took everything out, put it into her consciousness, put it into her body, an entity attachment of it was going to set me up. That's why I played 3002 hertz to take on her body, to get encaptured in this entity. I don't know. I'm just going to tell the whole fucking truth. With that being said, and again, they're open today. I got to figure out what this woman's fucking name is so I could get this shit nipped in the fucking butt and get my shit back and get Baron Samedi back on track. That's an ancestor I found out. And, on top of that, my parents, I had Kazembe, something made, my fucking God self, my the higher selves got fucking removed all the way. I nearly reconnected with my dad, from a past life, a Swedish one, the Vietnamese one. They missing with these wetbacks here. they took him or something in the spirit plane. I remember one time playing the Japanese meditation, trying to get him back. You know, I kept hearing, you never get your shit back. And that child self was my connection to my spirit guides. I feel there right now as I talk with y'all. And that was the one who was putting me back together, made sure I was built back up. And I hear this wetback bitch saying, oh, poor baby, oh, poor baby. She done took my soul consciousness and turned it into entity attachments and was trying to pull out. I felt like my inner skeleton and all of that, pull out every fucking thing. I believe she did that to my child's spirit guide. So I can't get my shit back. With that being said, it's way too fucking much. You know, these people, they go on living their lives and, you know, this old wetback bitch, it's the audacity, it's the iniquity of it. This motherfucker, you know, from what I understand, going back to May the 1st, 2024, she took some timelines of mine connoting to that day. So you can use 1714, 1715 hertz. I actually had a little friend try to do that for me. So much of my shit that's in the spirit plane is not even funny, you know. Again, 1714, 1715 hertz could be used to get your shit back. I had, you know, major timelines that allows me to live that got removed and I believe placed in Santa Muerte's hell realm in part. And I felt that, and, you know, me and what little spirit team I got, including the Roche spirits, started pulling them out. And pulling them out as much as they can. But I'm going to say this, you know, I saw going back to that day, she signed a deal with the Illuminati for a black card or something, 150 million before she was working, I think, at Larchmont. I keep thinking Koreatown at one of them nice palatial-looking homes where she worked as a maid. In that timeline, their tarot business was doing great, thriving, doing extremely well. They were making a lot of money. You know, it's 2 or 3 main people. It's that Montez and it's her. And it's her higher self. From what I understand, she was boasting and touting that, oh, I don't care where I'm getting all this shit from as long as I'm getting it. So something ain't right. I keep hearing this wetback bitch say, so my shit's all out there in the spirit plane. That's why something was just telling me, keep making fucking videos. If they want to rebuild you, let them rebuild you. It's just, I got fucking raided. I got raped. You know, I'm a healthy woman. I drink healthy. I look like shit. That is fucking me beer, not technical beer, but it's I make strawberry and banana smoothies, and I put Hershey syrup in it. So it's been left out for a couple of days, and that's why it looks the way it does. You know, the liquid is rising to the top, the water. With that being said, I let my guard down for a little bit, having that strong urge, and this is what fucking happened. I'm trying to think of her name, Cassandra Nunez or Maria Blanco. I heard her name was Serrano. She almost got rid of a lot of my fucking spirits, my consciousness, my higher to higher selves. Almost eliminated them, their past lives, their families, including one where I was Vietnamese. It's the most evil fucking shit. She removed a strong link to that timeline where I could have died in my sleep. A major timeline. You know, I've had all sorts of people, you know, ancestors. I say Hitler, you know, was an ancestor. Got him up here. Plan to do a painting today. Help me, you know, a lot. All my African ancestors up there. You know, I heard that he's related to Harriet Tubman. Here he is with a black woman. You know, I don't know about my timeline, but I, you know, did hear that he settled in Argentina. And a lot of black people are related to him through Harriet Tubman. I found that out. I don't know how true that is in the spirit plane. But I've had a lot of help from people, you know, again, 3517, 3571 hertz, 1117 hertz combined with 800 hertz. I had her, and this is what's, I saw the Rothschilds had controlled my consciousness, and LaRoche spirits were trying their best to meet that out and get as much of it back as possible. Those are some, you know, I know about the Balfour Declaration. I'm going to say something right now. I don't have anything against them people. You know, what they did was, you know, we the true chosen people. We were created by the Commissions and the God Industrial Complex. That's why we go through so much shit. That's why we're highly envied. And they're a case of what you call stolen valor. They, you know, ostensibly, you know, well, I mean, it existed. That happened. They went through it with the Holocaust. The Balfour Declaration basically declared to create a state for them, the state of Israel, to create all of these prophecies. And that's why, you know, a lot of people, even some, you know, because our Jews themselves have a problem with the state of Israel. It's neat. I like the wetbacks. I have nothing against these people. I'm going to say that right now. I really don't. I love Jewish people. My great-great-grandmother was an Ashkenazi Jew. I have nothing against them people. I love them. I think they're the most funny motherfuckers. They got the biggest dicks. They have a way about them that's very individualistic and it's funny. And that keeps the world going. And I like it. I like the way things are now, but we can get to a better place. I don't like conformity, uniformity. I don't like all that stupid shit. I like for everybody to be. With that being said, and my grandmother too kept trying to throw their asses out my fucking timeline. She kept on. She was one of the hardest fighters along with my grandmother Dorothy here. You know, with that being said, you know, I saw her connect to my grandmother Dorothy. You know, look, like I said before, she a Creole. She's black. We don't have none of that wetback shit in my motherfucking family, and I'm proud of it. I want to keep it that way. We got Cajans, we got Creoles, blacks, Anglo-Saxons. That's about it. 23rd and me shows nothing but Anglo-Saxon. And she keeps trying to connect to her. That shit out of here. Punch that motherfucker in the face for all this shit. It's just, it's all fucked up. She keeps coming in here, you know, and I saw my poor grandmother Dorothy in hell realms at one point, you know, fucking with her to torment me. Supposed to be reincarnated in Grand Isle or something. I heard she in a good place, you know, and that Santa Muerte shit keeps trying to encroach on her and her peace. You know, she is in a good place. I know my brother Brian Williams ain't in a good place. She did something to him to fuck him up, and, you know, he's been having help from a future life family to help him out as much as they can. It's just, it's the iniquity of it. It's having all this evil ass shit on you. It's not just on you, it's the reality. You know, I heard my brother Brian was being taken advantage of by Mikey Hernandez and them here. Him and his, you know, higher to highest self. You know, like I said, I mean, this is not doable. I feel like I'm missing a lot, and I don't even know it. Every time I say something, she starts fucking with my shit. You can use 694, 695 hertz to see, and because she done removed damn near my fucking higher to higher self, she has. You know, she keeps trying to pull me into Santa Muerte's hell realm and all of that. I know she's fueled by La Katrina Calavera. She was putting pieces of me and Baron Samedi in there. Elegua, I believe, as well, to some degree. I don't know. I was thinking of how, you know, they say Jehoshaphat said, I don't know, not true. You know, we got all the stuff that we need. We don't need anything else. And I heard that she was set up by the Demiurge and the Illuminati. Not set up, but allowed. But with that being said, it's just, it's the evilness of it. It's all this evil shit. You know, going back to them timeline. Stealing people's shit, it's more than just astral body harvesting. Fucking with people's entity attachments, getting this close to where you could be somebody, tormenting people, tormenting their brothers who died. My brother was learning disabled. That's the way the wet bag. That's how a lot of them are. You know, like I say, like I preach on here, like, you know, a lot of them they created gods where I thought evil spirits, but they were actually fucking entity attachments created by Satan himself. That came from the primordial darkness. That's why a lot of them motherfuckers do evil shit. I avoid them for spiritual work. With that being said, it's the evilness of it, and it's just so much I gotta fucking avert. You know, I saw that Madonna is one of my higher to highest selves. You know, it's all these people that sacrifice me becoming my higher to highest selves, and that's a fucking problem. You don't want that. And now, you know, her taking over my spirit team should have fucking my higher self. You know, Baron Samedi did something the other day. I saw in the spirit plane. I'm not even in my body. She's been taking me, my father, Napoleon Williams Jr., Linda Williams. You know, I even had the experience last night where I was told don't keep it on video because they're going to use it to attack you. I heard an LAPD, you know, helicopter say something about David Barberena and say something about me. And I'm not fucking gone. And then they were, you know, I saw them shine a light in my fucking apartment briefly. And I don't, you know, get something a couple of days ago. I don't, you know, there's some weird association between them and Santa Muerte. I noticed. And, you know, that shit needs to end. You know, putting me in hell realms and You know, I remember my father was in one of them or something from that August the 22nd, 2022 timeline. You know, it's, you know, I saw when my Baphomet was being repaired, the Illuminati stole my Baphomet. Again, 1714, 1715 hertz, 295 hertz, 446 hertz, where they took a lot of its power and to give it to them. You know, again, when I was very young, I used to have astrovisions of me with a bunch of other kids backstage waiting to meet with Jay-Z. And I didn't, look, you can hear one right now, surprisingly. And right on time. And, you know, I tried to liberate some of them the other day. But anyways, with that being said, it felt like I got the sense of MK Ultra, a rape or something, but turns out it was rape, but to rape us of our blessings. And he's done that just like with Madonna in many timelines. You know, I saw her in my timelines. My grandfather here was trying to save me from where I was, she brought me from them people. I believe that they're my higher selves in that original timeline, you know, as a sacrifice. And with that being said, you know, I remember attaching to her at one point, you know, her making me a sacrifice and being just like this motherfucker. I believe it's feud by this Dubbick. This Nunez, Maria Blanca, whatever, Serrano, she's feud by that Dubbick. She's tied to it. And that's the problem. It's Cassandra Blanco, and I believe his name is Dan Arcianiga. I'm hearing that. Here's the fucked up thing about it. I had been getting visions of my parents. I was told my consciousness will never be the same, so something got to be done. Replaced my dad with this Kazambian on my god self with him. I used to have, you know, white ancestor, I think Irish or something. That was my connection to God. I kept seeing my parents turn into demons during this. And from what I understand, in the future, I'm going to be made to hate black people by this wetback bitch. I think she or Zendaya stole my fucking interconnection to He Kate. My I don't want to say confership, what they call that? Not matriculation, but she tried to kill off my fucking Ashkenazi Jewish grandmother. But successorship to He Kate. And that was stolen from my mom's connection to ISIS. Shit. My mom's connection to ISIS. who, we're related to in my family.